Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Boardroom Beats. I am Amreen Mulla, your host for the day, and today we are joined by Mr. Pradeep Panwar, the head of IT, infrastructure, and operations at KPMG India. Mr. Pradeep brings over 20 years of experience in IT infrastructure management. And today, with him, we'll discuss the transformation of IT service delivery models over the years. Mr. Pradeep, it is a pleasure to have you here with us today.
Thank you, Amreen. I think it's a pleasure. Thanks for inviting me on the platform, and let's start.
Great. So let's dive in right in, sir. So could you start by describing the fundamental changes in IT service delivery models that have occurred over the last decade?
Yeah, I think over a period of time, I think if I talk about long back, 2 decades now, that was the time of mainframe, then the different technology comes in, the whole world move or to, manage services. It's kind of outsourcing model, then things move to cloud as well. And now this is the era of artificial intelligence and IT automation, where we are doing a lot of transformation within the business and business processes, IT processes to make it fast-paced and moreover easy from the ease of user perspective, right? Because our focus is on experiential IT, and through these models, we are achieving a lot.
So that sets the stage perfectly.
Yeah.
So what would you say have been the primary driving factors behind this evolution, like from traditional IT service delivery to models that increasingly rely on managed services and cloud solutions?
So initially, when there was in-house systems, right, support mechanism, delivery models, where we are, taking care of everything on our own, right? So we were struggling in terms of resources. We are struggling in terms of, awareness, technology in the market, because you have a limited view, right, that moment of time. And since these managed service companies or outsourcing models comes in picture, so they come up with a lot of new technologies and a lot of scripts, a lot of applications, a lot of tools, technologies they brought in, right, which help us transform the overall view of service delivery, which was earlier and now, right? Earlier, there were delays due to these services and a limited approach, right? Now we have automated system. Now we have chatbots which are implemented, which are facilitated by these service providers, and now we can say we achieved good experience around user base.
So it is quite fascinating to see
Yeah,
how
it's very
industry
fascinating. Yeah.
needs to drive technological adaptations. So, like, speaking of changes, when did managed services become significantly, like, begin to significantly impact the IT service delivery? And what initial effects did it have on, the traditional IT operations?
So I think it's a shift from the existing, on-site support model, where we were struggling, as I already mentioned, with the resources, with the technology, skill set, and awareness or knowledge what is happening around the industry and all. Now, post this era introduced, I think what I can say is we have a lot of benefits around it, where we experimented a lot of technologies in our environment, and we are free from the necessary challenges of resources, because earlier there was struggle, through HR, through our own system, where we are looking for the skill set people, but we are not getting the right people, and we have limitations also in on support model, where you can hire a guy, then you can completely dependent on it. Now in this service delivery model, or now this outsourcing model, we have a lot of benefits around it, where you can get the right resource, you can interview, you can choose, right? And if somebody is not performing up to the expectation, the tool technology is not performing up to the expectations, so you have people, you have company to support, right? Where you can play around. But earlier models was little difficult and we stuck. That's the reason there was not much of satisfaction in terms of the overall services which we are providing. But that was the old era. But now I think there are a lot of things happening around the world, and we can say this transformation, this move shift from the traditional model to a managed service or cloud model is really a change, right? Which we can see nowadays.
Mm-hmm. So, like moving forward, how did the industry initially react to the adoption of cloud solutions, and how did businesses adapt to integrate these new models?
Yeah, because see, when we talk about cloud, right? So initially there were a lot of, challenges, concerns, from the organizations, corporates, where we are completely dependent on the service providers, maybe ISPs, where, there's cloud service providers. So the challenges are what happened to our data in case we can host our services to cloud. And if, let's say, tomorrow this cloud company shut down, where we will go, what will be the challenge, what will be the risk around. And then similarly, governance, data governance is one important factor where, every corporate, every industry leader is, worried about. Then there is a time come, we all experienced Corona, right? Pandemic time, where you can say forced, but I think there are a lot of transformation into the cloud side also, where people are shifted towards cloud, and cloud was the only solution available where we have serviced our organization. Because during that time, the challenges are like, people are operating from home, operating from their hometown, nobody is ready to come to office. And that was the time where, quickly all the organizations understood the value of cloud, right? And this is really, what you can say, change in the industry. Yes, initially it took a lot of time in adoption, but I think now people have adopted the cloud and they are investing more and more, right? Because the reason is because this is easy to, onboard the resources, and this is easy to tackle any challenges around the governance and on data, and around any vulnerabilities, which was earlier a big challenge, right? But now being this one point of contact, one source, and we can easily host everything. So it ease out our life in a way.
So clearly, the cloud has been a game changer.
Yeah.
So, like when we talk about operational efficiency and cost management, like what are the, key benefits that you believe managed services and cloud solutions have brought into the businesses?
So when we talk about cost, I think it's important in terms of managed service and cloud, because here we pay a fixed cost to the vendor, right?
Mhm.
And we have a good contract in between the organization, right, where they are responsible for the services which are written in the document. They have to deliver through a SLA based mechanism, right, where they're responsible for delivered for availability perspective, because 24 into 7, 100% uptime, right, to ensure that the organization is up and running. Earlier there were challenges when we do not have any mechanism, where we don't have enough budgets to manage the show 24 across 7. But now through these technologies and through these service models, right, by the time they evolve, and now we are in a comfortable state, where I can say our or any organization is delivering 100% services to every time, anytime, across window, people can come and enjoy the services, and they can deliver the programs, projects to client side also.
Mhm. So, like with every benefit, of course, there should be some or the other challenge. So, what are some common hurdles that companies typically face when transitioning from a traditional model to managed services and cloud-based solutions?
Yeah, so I think managed services or on-prem services, initially there are challenges, as I mentioned, budget-related challenges, and there are, there's a mindset, or there was a thought process that there are risks while moving to cloud. But now, being we move to cloud, we can see this is easy, cost-effective, and scalable, right? Every time the transformation, the benefit that you will get anytime you can, onboard the resources, you can host the services, and you can go for IaaS, for PaaS, or for SaaS kind of a services, which is quickly available without any delay and with 100% uptime, right? So this solve the purpose, and this ease out the life of individuals in the corporate. And
Mhm.
parallelly, I can say it's a cost benefit also. If you have a clear view on the cost and the resources, and we have people who are managing our resource in the cloud, you can optimize the cost in a way. And this is way cheaper if I compare with the existing on-prem solutions, earlier where we invested and we are not sure whether we can buy this much or that much, considering the year on year spend, etc. But now in current view, we can scale up, scale down anytime, and this benefit will help us in terms of reducing the overall operational cost also.
That makes sense. So,
Yeah.
like, as the technology advances and there are more innovations and the models, of course, also shift, so does the workforce, right? So, have these new service delivery models impacted the IT workforce, particularly when we talk about skill requirements and job roles? What are the new things that come up in here?
So I don't think so. It will impact the workforce in a way, because see, nowadays it's a requirement of skill set, right? If you carry a skill set, whether it is on-prem, whether it is managed service model, or whether it is the scenario of today where we are talking about AI and RPA and a lot of process automation, etc. Right? So it will not going to impact the workforce. However, there will be a little shift, right? Earlier, people are hired on their payroll, and or corporates are, engaging their HR in terms of fulfill all the resource related requirement. Now, there are cloud providers who are facilitating all the services to you. So it's a click away where you can go and onboard any cloud provider. They can help you in terms of everything, from onboarding the resource to entire management, and entire operational activity can be done through a partner. So the resources which we are hiring at our side earlier now shifted to a cloud-based service provider, or maybe or a managed service, like like organization like TCS, Wipro, etc., where they are managing a large pool of resources. So it's a shift because they need, and they are delivering the same services to multiple clients through the same resource, right? So Hessel, we are quite a ease out, right, in terms of managing the resources, managing a skill set, because that was very difficult for us to find a guy, find resource in the market, find the right talent and skill set. Now we have readily available skill set through these models, and we are enjoying the services, and we ensure to our organization that there is every time across the window people are available.
Mhm. Of course. So, with such huge digital transformations in a way, security must also be some sort of a concern, right? So, like with the shift to cloud and managed services, what security implications do organizations consider and should also consider? And how have the strategies evolved?
So yeah, I think as far as governance and compliance is perspective, where we come from, that security is a concern. Initially, while we are talking about clouds, there are a lot of security related concerns around the corporates. We discussed, we understand also what will happen with the data which is residing in client, premises, in their infrastructure, in their data center, right? How are we going to deal with? So all these concerns and thought processes around. But now we can see that we have a transparency, right? Because there are a lot of tool technology provided by the cloud providers also, where we have a complete view of the services, how it is hosting, where it is hosting. And since I think this country hosting is there in the picture, so we can say that our data is secure. It is in within the country also. And there are a lot of issues in terms of vulnerability, security challenges, or other stuff, which is easy at cloud side, because in earlier, models where we are managing everything on our own, we know that we are not aware about what is happening in the security world. What kind of threat is there? What kind of data related challenges are there overnight? Maybe you can see in pandemic, there are different kind of vulnerabilities, and there are a couple of countries which are active and doing a lot of that kind of vulnerabilities they are throwing in the market, which is impacting the business and businesses in a larger way. And if you compare cost, that is too much too high, right? Because we seen that it's happening in the industry in India also, around where data was compromised in a way. Right. So I think now we are confident and we have a clarity post pandemic that our data is safe, secure, and we can have a complete view where we are doing reviews time by time with the service providers. And we keep a team in terms of governance where people are, just observing this, monitoring things, services, uptime, running everything across.
Of course. So, could you provide any examples of industries or sectors that have successfully transformed their IT service delivery models? And what lessons can we learn from their experiences and case studies?
If I talk about transformation from on-prem to cloud or from managed services, so I think during pandemic, every organization was running behind the same scenario because it is not industry perspective, but that was the need of the time, right? But I know that BFSI, if you can see banking and finance sector, where we can see people are, moving from on-prem to cloud services, considering, the challenges which they're facing on the on-prem models, right? Similarly, you can say BPO sector. Similarly, I can see what you can say this medical, right? Medical and BPO and other sectors everywhere. I seen that this is happening over a period of time, and it took a lot of pace, right? In last couple of years post pandemic. I have a view because when we meet people in the industry and we see that after pandemic 2020, 2019 and 2021, a lot of companies shifted the base from on-prem to cloud.
Mhm. Okay, and so as we conclude, looking into the future, what emerging trends do you see shaping the future of IT service delivery models? And how do you think the organizations should prepare to adapt to these changes?
Yeah, I think it's a very good question because the journey so far is cloud and managed service models. Now, this is the time of AI, artificial intelligence, and RPA and process automation, right? Which is again a game of skill, right? Because we need to learn a lot of or add a lot of skills if we are talking about these emerging technologies in the market. And in future, if our organization will not adopt these technology, that it will be a challenge for any individual, right? Very important. And there are models available. There are, tools and technologies available. Like for an example, Chat GPT, it is helping organization in terms of shaping them and shaping the overall hassle-free operations for end users and for outside clients and customers also. Similarly, in our organization also, we are doing a lot of automation, a lot of new initiatives comes in. So important factor is in such scenario, we need a support or somebody need a support from the organizations as well, where they can help us with the budgets and they can help us with the support, right? Where we experiment things and we can adopt definitely these technologies to shape our future. So AI process automation, earlier we are doing a lot of stuff manually, right? Around data center, in application support, and in software side as well. Now there are technologies and tools available. If I talk about coding, you have low code, no code technology available where you can just develop a code earlier, which took months of time to shape up. Now it is a few hours of a job, right? Similarly, we have AI models available in the market. So if I talk about a service scenario, right, service delivery scenario or operational scenario, now things are automated and integrated, right, where you can log incident and it will go to the multiple processes automatically and can be taken care of. Right. Earlier, people are chasing to one guy, another guy, third guy. Now this is system oriented. So this is really future, I think. And now we need to add technology at our side also. So every organization should think about training their people in terms of AI, in terms of process automation, tools, technologies. So I think that will definitely add value in future.
Okay, that was quite insightful. Thank you so much, Mr. Pradeep, for sharing your insights today. It has been incredibly valuable and educational. And thank you for shedding light on the dynamic landscape of cloud solutions and the ever transforming world of information technology with us today. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much for this opportunity. I think nice session, nice discussion, and that will help everybody in the organization in terms of broaden their thinking. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And to our listeners, thank you for joining in on Boardroom Beats. Keep joining us for more discussions that decode the complexities of business and technology world. I am Amreen Mulla, signing off until next time.